Marcus bought a brand new Ford F-150 Lariat for $53,000. He earns about $47,000 per year working as a warehouse supervisor. To get the truck, he used his entire $3,000 tax refund as a down payment and financed the remaining $50,000 at 8.9% interest for 7 years. His monthly payment is $738. That payment alone takes about 17% of his income before taxes and around 24% of his take-home pay. Over the life of the loan, Marcus will pay more than $12,000 in interest. By the time he finishes paying in 2032, the truck will likely be worth around $18,000. In total, he will have paid about $62,000 for something worth less than a third of that amount. Now compare Marcus to his boss, Gerald. Gerald earns $230,000 a year as a regional operations director, but instead of driving a luxury vehicle, he drives a 2016 Toyota Camry with over 100,000 miles on it. He bought it used 3 years ago for $14,000 in cash, no payments, no interest, no debt. Today, the Camry is worth about $9,000, meaning Gerald has only lost about $5,000 in depreciation over 3 years. Marcus, on the other hand, will lose around $44,000 in depreciation and interest combined. The interesting part is that Marcus earns far less money, yet his vehicle costs him far more each year. Marcus spends roughly $6,000 per year on his truck. Gerald spends about $1,600 per year on his car. The person earning $47,000 is spending far more on transportation than the person earning $230,000. Why? Because Marcus wants the image of success. The truck looks impressive. It's new, shiny, and catches attention in the parking lot. His coworkers also drive trucks, and in his workplace culture, trucks represent success. Nobody wants to show up in an old sedan and look like the person who couldn't afford something better. So Marcus bought the truck partly to fit in. But that decision has consequences. Because of his large payment, Marcus struggles to afford other things. Vacations are difficult. Unexpected expenses become stressful. Even simple purchases require careful budgeting. Meanwhile, Gerald barely thinks about his car. It simply gets him from place to place. For him, transportation is just a tool, not a status symbol. This difference highlights an important financial concept. Many people buy cars to signal success rather than solve a transportation need. New vehicles lose value quickly. A brand new car can lose around 20% of its value the moment it leaves the dealership. Over the first year, depreciation can remove thousands more. That means someone like Marcus may lose over $20,000 in value within the first year alone when depreciation and interest are combined. Gerald avoids this problem by buying used vehicles that have already taken most of the depreciation hit. There is also the opportunity cost. Marcus pays $738 every month. If he invested that same amount instead of sending it to a lender, he could build significant wealth. Over 7 years at an 8% return, those monthly investments could grow to around $79,000. Instead, that money goes toward a depreciating asset. Another hidden cost is insurance. Because Marcus financed a new truck, he must carry full coverage insurance, which is expensive. Gerald only needs basic coverage on his paid-off car, saving thousands over time. Wealthy people often understand this trade-off. They treat cars as tools that lose value, not as symbols of success. Instead of spending heavily on vehicles, they direct their money toward assets that grow in value, like investments or businesses. Marcus believes the truck makes him look successful, but financially, it limits his ability to actually become successful. The reality is simple. A car payment may provide the appearance of success, but investing that same money is what actually builds it.